This is going to be a three-part video. I've got a gold-and-quartz specimen here that I've had for quite some time now, a couple of years, and I've had it at a few gold shows. And it just seems that no one wants to buy these larger pieces of gold that are crystalline. They're looking for crystallized. So I think probably some of you will find it sacrilegious with what I'm about to do. This is a piece that I've been asking $22,000 for. And I'm going to break it apart and crush it up. And I'm going to make some smaller specimens out of the actual gold part. But all of this part here, I'm going to crush it up and extract the gold. Then I have this piece here that came off of a bigger chunk of it. You can see that there's gold all through it. This is all gold. And I know that there are people that will send me pictures of what they think is rocks with gold in them. And you can see distinctly that the material color here is actually gold. It's gold color. It's not silver color, it's not greenish color, it's not coppery color, it's actually gold. Welcome to the neighbor cat here, by the way. She adopted us. And here's some smaller pieces that I've already broken apart. These were bigger pieces as well. And you can see the actual yellow material. If you were to compare it to a piece of jewelry, it is the color of jewelry. And most of the pictures that I get from a variety of people asking if they have gold, the material is a silvery color or a grayish color. It's certainly not gold color. So these pieces in this pan are small enough now to go in my crusher. I have an impact crusher that I'm going to put all this stuff in. But first I have to start by dropping it into my little dolly pot here. Like I said, some of you are going to consider this completely sacrilegious, and then there's others of you like Matt Duncan and Tony Fraser. You guys will probably be proud of me for doing this. So here it goes. So I'm still crunching on this thing. So those will be small enough now to drop into my impact mill. You can see the gold goes all through them. But we're going to crush this up and then I'll pan it out. And then there's this sucker here. There we go. Then I still have this fairly large chunk of crystalline gold, so I'll keep this one intact. I won't melt this one down. So as you can see, I'm ripping this piece apart, and you'll see the film was interrupted simply because my phone rang, but that one's actually pretty heavy. It's probably got over an ounce in it. And then I've got this one still a little bit too big to put in a crusher, so into here it goes. Oh yeah, that's really juicy there. So I know that you guys think this is sacrilege, but we're going to turn her into cash. Alright, so now I have the crusher going. Now it's a little loud, but just have a little homemade crusher here. So I'm going to drop a piece in. It's working. Alright, so in the previous video I dropped some stuff in, but it didn't crush up, and that's because there was a wasp nest in here. So, now we'll do it again. I simply sped the video up in this place here because you don't want to see the crushing in real time, and I'll slow it back down when there's something else to see. So you can still hear some fairly large chunks rattling around in there, but at this point I think it's because there was some quite coarse chunks of gold in there that are not going to break up. So now I'll take the cover off and see what kind of chunks of gold we have left in the mill. So you can see here that there was still a lot of noise happening, and that's because all of that is the chunks of gold that came out of the rock. So we have these little BBs. Those have been beat up by the crusher. You can see they're stuck up here on the screen too. So, for those of you who think it's sacrilegious, we just turned a beautiful specimen into what's going to turn out to be a really fun pan of gold to pan. That'll be next. So, here's the material that I just crushed. And this should amount to be a pretty darn nice pan of. It made a lot of sense to speed the video up here as well. You don't want to see people panning their concentrates. I know it's boring, especially in real time, and I do slow the video back down once we start to really see the gold in the pan. So I hope you don't mind that I took a liberty here to speed this section up. I'd say there's probably I'm going to guess 7 ounces of gold. Yeah, I'm going to say 7 ounces. So we'll plug in the furnace, melt her down, and pour a bar, and we'll see what we get. Alright, so I have the little induction furnace here. Got a graphite mold. Just going to melt it right there. See, it's starting to turn black. See the yellow fumes coming off? That's sulfur. Yes, I used some more witchcraft in this particular spot of the video. I sped it up so you don't have to suffer through 4.5 minutes of high temperature, not much happening. The old camera's getting hot.
Yeah, I bet.
Alright, so the trying to melt the gold in the mold really didn't work out all that well. You can see that some of it was melting down low, but the surface was really not that good. So I did find a crucible finally. So we're going to go for it again, but this time with a crucible that is made for this, and it actually has the induction surrounding the crucible, so it'll be a lot more effective. We will see the crucible get red hot. Video is going to show it at all, but looking down inside I can see the gold beating up on top. Okay, I've added some borax. All right. So I don't know what that's really going to look like. There's some thick stuff in there, but the gold also came out fairly quickly. Nice looking bar. And there we have it. A little dark on the bottom from the graphite itself, but go in and weigh this sucker now. I said 7 ounces. Let's see what it is. All right. So at the same time as everyone else, we will see what this thing weighs. 230. And 7 times 31.1 is 210, 217, 2. So boy, oh boy, I was sure close on that guess. 230 grams, probably 89% pure gold. What a guess that was in the pan, huh, guys? Super cool. There's the bar. I'm going to take this video now, edit it all together, speed it up, slow it down, things like that. I'll create a video that you guys can all watch and hopefully enjoy this. That is from crushing rock to the gold bar.